At number 5, we have the Hawaiian missionaries, with one particular fascinating cover featuring 4 stamps fetching 2.24 million when sold to an American collector. It is unsurprising that such a fantastic example of missionaries should fetch so much. It was believed that only 15 2-cent stamps exist, and the lure of the missionaries is so strong that in 1891 philatelist Hector Giraud murdered fellow philatelist Gaston Leroux so that he could obtain it. Even better than the Leroux example is the particular example pictured, which is known as the Dawson cover and features 2 3-cent stamps, 1 5-cent, and an exceedingly rare 2-cent stamp. Astonishingly, this particular example was salvaged from the refuse of a stuffed furnace by a knowledgeable workman who recognized the stamp's significance, having laid undiscovered in the refuse for 35 years. If you look at the side, you can see where it was actually singed by the flames of that furnace. And it's hard to believe that a person back then almost threw away millions of dollars worth of philately. Now, coming in at number 4, we have the Swedish 3-skilling yellow, which was sold by legendary stamp dealer David Feldman for a cool 2.3 million. It's believed that only one of these exists, which puts it in the highest category of rarity. The stamp's significance derives from the fact that it is a color error in that the 3-skilling stamp should be blue-green in color and not yellow. The accident created the second most valuable single stamp ever sold. The stamp has been resold to Swedish billionaire Count Gustav Douglas, so the actual current value is unknown. However, simply taking the 1996 price still makes this one of the most valuable stamps in the history of the world. And now coming in at number 3, we have an American stamp known as the inverted Jenny. If you look at the picture, you will see that the plane is upside down, which is unintentional. There is believed to be 100 in existence. The $2.3 million record was paid for one single block of 4 of these stamps by billionaire bond fund manager Bill Gross, who went on to swap it for a single Benjamin Franklin Z-Grill stamp, thus making him the only owner of a complete set of 19th century American stamps, a collection that was valued in 2018 to be worth between $30 and $40 million. And now coming in at number 2, we have the famous Bordeaux cover, which contains not one, but 2 exceedingly rare stamps. The cover sold for a staggering $4 million. On the envelope, you'll see both Mauritius post office stamps. The key thing to note is that it says post office on the stamps, which was changed to post paid in subsequent issues, making the post office stamps exceedingly rare. And lastly, topping off our list at number 1, we have the British Guiana 1-cent magenta, which fetched an insane $9.5 million when sold at Sotheby's in New York as part of an estate sale of DuPont heir and convicted murderer John DuPont of the DuPont chemical dynasty. The stamp is so rare that it is believed to be the only one of its kind in existence, and the stamp is also particularly notable as Queen Elizabeth II has at least one of every single British stamp ever issued in history except for this one. This stamp is instead owned by the luxury shoe designer Stuart Weitzman. So that brings us to the end of our countdown. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching.